Really bad news. I was on my way to the dining area, and I got distracted. Well, to be honest, I just really couldn't be bothered going. I had a better offer. I had an offer from Dom and Matt from Muse. How are you, boys?
Very good. How you doing?
Very well.
I'm great. I'm extremely great. I'm excited to be here because you guys actually played my very first big day out in 2004, and I saw you again in 2007, and now it's 2010, and you guys have escalated up, and now your name is #1 at the top of the bill. How does that make you feel to be headlining?
It feels great. Yeah, we've
amazing.
always loved this festival. We've always said that we'd keep coming back until we got to the headline slot, you know, and here we are.
Here we are,
great
yeah,
to be
exactly.
back, yeah.
So mission accomplished. Does that mean you can just rest on your laurels now? You've done it. That's
now,
it.
all done. Yeah, go sit back now, and just chill out for 20 years.
It means we never have to do it ever again.
No, well, it's cool that you do come back. So what is it about this festival that keeps bringing you back? Because today we are celebrating 100 Big Day Out shows. So what is it about this festival that keeps bringing you back?
It's probably the same as what all the other bands have said, you know. You can, particularly coming from England, you can come here, you come straight to the sunshine, which is great. And you've basically got 3 weeks to do 7 gigs. I mean, let's face it, it's a piece of piss, isn't it? It's really easy. So we get lots of time just to chill out and roll around on the beach and stuff and have fun, yeah. So it's very relaxing, you know. It's great.
It's funny you say that, Dom, because I have seen an incriminating photo of you enjoying the sunshine in a spa on a boat with a whole bunch of lovely ladies.
Shit.
Oh, that was, yeah, we had a day out for our crew, that was.
That picture looks a lot more suspicious than it
Our
actually
crew were
was.
really, our crew have been working really hard, you know, because we did like a big winter tour of Europe.
Yeah.
And it's really quite miserable winter touring because it's just dark all the time. You don't really see any daylight, and our crew worked really hard. We promised them a sort of party on a boat in Sydney, so that's what we did.
So you look after your crew.
Looking after the crew, yeah. We kept them entertained as well.
Well, how does it compare, I guess, when you play a summer festival like this as opposed to like a European tour where it is quite miserable?
That's
the heat, is that an issue for you guys?
I mean, last night was pretty hot, but I mean, for the slot we've got, it's fine, you know, because we're playing when it's dark, so it's cool. It cools down. Some of the early bands, when it's really blazing out there, can be quite, you know, quite. I saw Johnny from Lily Allen's band, like he had an oxygen mask. You know what I mean? Like it's taking. That's brilliant. He was like doing drum fills and going, and then doing another drum fill. You know,
is that rock and roll really getting oxygen pump? It's like toughen up. Is it a little bit?
It's like, come on. Fair enough if you're like up on a high mountain or something, but if it's just heat, I mean,
no, I've taken oxygen before. Not any gig though. Only after a gig.
Yeah.
No, before a gig.
But we felt it years ago.
We did a gig in where was it? We played somewhere really high altitude. Was it Colombia
it was Bogota.
Bogota.
So
yeah.
oxygen just isn't your drug of choice.
Yeah, when you're playing through the gig, like you run out of air, so you got to like do like a what's that geezer that David Lynch film, Blue Velvet? You know, like when you look like him. You know.
All right. Yes. Yeah. It's badass. But when we did it 4 years ago, when we were playing early at 5 o'clock, you know, we were melting on stage, and it can be a killer. It's very sweaty, but it's still fun.
But when you did play earlier, how does it compare now that you are playing later? Does your set change? Because I hear that you guys have the most luggage and the most sort of stuff on tour. Are you bringing the whole Resistance Stadium tour to our Big Day Out stages?
Well, obviously for this tour we've got a slightly reduced version because there's certain things you can do when you've got your own stage. But obviously, because this stage has been built for lots of bands to play on, so we've got some of the elements, yeah, and we've got some of the bits and pieces. But we didn't do any side shows on this tour because we wanted to come back. We're going to come back later in the year, probably November, December time, and that's when we'll bring the full kind of show that we just did in Europe, you know. Obviously festivals you can't do because the festival stage is set up differently, so it's a little bit different, but we're making up for it by playing Back in Black.
I heard with Australia's very own Nick Chester from Jet.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
How's that been going?
Oh, we played it last night. Yeah, it was very cool. It was it was excellent. We had a great time. It was great not having to sing and just like being able to run around and play one of the greatest guitar riffs of all time. So I'm enjoying myself. Yeah.
Is that part of it, mingling with other bands on the tour?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing that makes this tour so great, you know, because again, there's so many days off, there's so many like parties and chances to hang out with all these bands and make new friends and have fun. So it's great. But yeah, doing that collaboration with Nick, it's cool. It was so much fun playing that song last night. It's hilarious. So we're going to do it again tonight for sure.
Oh, well, we look forward to it. In the meantime, our viewers at home can catch you doing your thing on the main stage in the headline slot coming up later. We're going to throw to a break now, but just stay in there. We'll come back soon. Thank you, guys.